From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Miami Dolphins. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. A first carry for a Miami native. This is Dalvin Cook. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play action now. Cousins. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Tua. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. The kick by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, Cousins. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. This defense for the Dolphins, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Now on 2nd and 13. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago, add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
That one a first down pickup of 8. The Dolphins at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset, being in the right frame of mind. And the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He'll take a shot for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On 2nd down, Cook. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Play fake. Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Now Hill to return it. Now a hit and a loose football. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing is Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing, Cousins. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
On 2nd and goal, Cousins. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hockenson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Tua. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down.
Got it.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Now a give to Mostert running right. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He completes it to Wilson. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is what he needed. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. Sanders' kick is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
To throw again on 2nd down, Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Cousins now from the 50. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Brandon Jones picking it off.
And the Dolphins are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
A turnover's obviously, Charles, always costly, but man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means...
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Following the interception, Cousins. His throw caught right around the 6. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
26 yards.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
This time, the extra point up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All square now at 13-all as he sends this one away.
Taken in at the 3.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
On the ready.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's a really good job in execution. They avoided the flag downfield and avoided giving up yardage for free. Really good coverage.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
To throw is Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have it here just past the 25.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Tua, the final shot before half. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
This one fielded at the 5. And he returns this to the 22. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at their own 22.
He'll look to Mostert to start things out.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Off of play action. Tagovailoa. And his throw is incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And able to find Gesicki as tight end.
And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tua now on 1st down.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Lewis Seen.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taken from about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the...
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Adam Shaheen. His 1st touchdown on the year.
And the Dolphins are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will tie things at 20 all. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jerome Baker, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and they will take a 7-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work. I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
On 2nd and 12,
Tua. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
To throw, Cousins.
Got an open man finding Jefferson.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A 10th carry in the game for Carr.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off.
And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Javon Holland.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
52 blaster. Blue check. Ready?
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Come on, set.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Ready.
Once again, it's Mostert.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Open man is Waddle complete. He's going to have the 1st down and more than that.
He's at the 50, 30. 10, 5, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball away, but no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Taken down at the 47-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Cousins. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. The full start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Cousins now. And complete, right side to Cook. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a 1st down if not for that penalty moments ago. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Fourth down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota. And he pushed it. Pushed it from short distance, wide right. It's no good. And they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And even with the missed field goal that we just saw, they still have to try and erase a 2-score fourth quarter deficit. Now a throw here to his running back. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, they go with Mostert again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Give the tackle there to Danielle Hunter. 2 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On second down, Mostert. And a 5-yard gain gets them to the 42.
Here we go.
And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on third. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Opposite. 3.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
There they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Looking to pass. Tua. He's going to find Hill here. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Miami, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Pittsburgh Steelers come to town. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8.